I guess I'll call this TOF because it's not being released on Thursday. But I kind of wanted to do something for the last day of 2021. So my apologies for those of you that were looking for this on Thursday. So TOF. I'm still going to call it T.O.T. in the title. Last day of 2021. Man, the year went by very fast. Like that, man. You know, you think about what did you do? What did you achieve? What did you not achieve? You know, all that stuff. I already did an episode about that. Would you say that the overall sentiment is that 2020 and 2021 were horrible years combined? Is that the overall sentiment? When you look online, when you read tweets, you know, social media and the vibration when you go outside, when you go to the store, wherever you've gone, the discussions, the overall vibration is that 2020 and 2021 weren't so good. I guess depending on your lifestyle too, because, you know, if you've been in a very good position financially, even though certain people haven't, then maybe it's not so much of a big deal. Amazon. So, yeah, I guess it varies depending on your position. But nonetheless, very challenging couple of years. And it doesn't seem like it's dwindling, does it? But you know what? Let's go back. Let's take a trip back. I'm going to put you in a time machine and take you back to the year. Let's go back to 2018. 2018, right? Now, it's 2018, it's the summer, and you go to a movie. It's opening weekend of whatever movie it is, and you're in a crowd surrounded by people, sitting next to people. It's opening weekend, and you're loving this movie. And then all of a sudden, about a few rows back behind you, somebody sneezes. Now, of course, some of you would pause and be like, oh, bless you. You know what I mean? Some of you would say, oh, bless you. You know, God bless you. It's cool. Yay. We'll keep watching the movie. Right? Or how about the person that's a few seats to your left and they start coughing? Now, of course, some of you would be like, man, I hope you covered your mouth. I hope you covered your mouth. I don't need what's coming out of you going in me. And then some of you were like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to keep watching this movie. Eating your popcorn. It's cool. Oh, a lot of handshakes. A lot of just, anyway, let me focus on the movie example. So you've enjoyed the movie, surrounded by people, talking to strangers. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All this stuff coming out of your. You weren't thinking about it, were you? Were you thinking about it in the summer of 2018? No, you weren't thinking about it, even though you knew that, you know, whatever just came out of this person coughing could probably do harm to you, or that whatever this person sneezing behind you has probably, yeah, probably. And you know what? Maybe 1 week later you got sick because maybe you are a sickly person, or you know, at least you were in 2018. And, you know, you're like, damn, you know, who did I get this from? I don't even know. Oh, wait a minute. Was it? You don't even know because you don't know where it came from. And then it knocked you out for an entire week. Yeah, it put you down for a whole damn week, man. You had a whole bunch. You had a fever, a headache, sneeze, a snot coming. Oh man, you were jacked up. Your body was aching. Man, you were going through it for a week, man. And then you got better and went on about your business. Yeah, your body actually got stronger afterwards, right? Because it fought off whatever it was that got in you. Cool. And then let's go to the work example. You know, you were at work, somebody's at work and they're sniffling. You're like, are you sick? Why don't you just stay home, man? Stay home. Why are you coming to work? Stay home. Stay home. And they're like, well, I didn't think it was that bad, you know, and you're like, oh, right. And then about a few days later, you're sick and you knew who potentially gave it to you because it's at work and Robert came to work or Sally came to work sick. Man, I got it. And then the next thing you know, Tommy gets it, David gets it, and all these other people get it. This is 2018, okay? Now, how many deaths were you aware of from something like that in 2018? How many deaths were you aware of? Do you remember hearing about any deaths being reported from this? You know, because symptoms vary, of course. You have the body aches, 2 weeks out, 1 week out, 3 days out. Some people don't have anything at all, get over it really, really quick. All these variations. You have the person who's sick all the time, you have the person who never gets sick. But do you remember any deaths being reported? Summer of 2018? Okay. Were there any? You could probably look this up, but symptoms vary. From child all the way up, symptoms vary. Some people are hospitalized. Some people, again, I'm repeating myself, but you get it, 2018. Okay, so if you would have heard about these deaths, you probably would have got it from your phone. You would have heard the reports. You would have seen the reports, Twitter, you're looking constantly. No reports. Or maybe there was a report, but because it wasn't reported, it wasn't major headline news, you weren't really checking for it. It's not headline news. So you're not really tracking it. You're not really thinking about how many deaths there are from a cold, pneumonia, or whatever have you, or whatever it is. Okay. How many variations of this virus that are being tossed around inside of theaters and airplanes, and you're not really thinking about it because it's just not reported as much. Cut to today, you can't put your phone down without getting a report, especially in 2020. Report, 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 report. And what are the reports? Cases, deaths, regions. Cases, deaths, regions. Cases, deaths, regions. Cases, deaths, regions. Recovery? No, not so much. That's not major headline. Prevention? No, not so much. At least not in the form of what you got back in 2018, because in 2018, the idea would have been, you better eat more vegetables. You better stop getting that sugar. You better work out. Why don't you work out a little bit more? Yeah, work out. Get a nice little routine. Man, you know what? What can I do to get stronger? Oh, well, I better eat. You better change my diet. Yeah, I better do that. Yeah, I've been, eating too much of this sweets and drinking too much soda. So let me go ahead on and change that up so I can get a little stronger here, because that's what I need to do. That probably would have been the talk if you were, sickly. But that wasn't the talk in 2020, was it? Was the talk consume more vegetables? Was the talk get more sunlight? Was the talk do more exercise? Now, of course, that's not a guarantee for anything. That doesn't guarantee anything, but the same way it doesn't guarantee anything for anything else. But that's not the talk. All you hear is cases, regions, deaths on repeat, 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 repeat. So what is that going to do to your mind? Well, it definitely doesn't encourage you. It doesn't make you feel good. In fact, there's only two things that you thought about in 2020: fear and death. I'm afraid I'm going to die. I'm afraid I'm going to die. And this is constantly repeated, repeated, repeated. And thoughts have power, because if you have millions of people thinking about fear and death, what do you think that's going to happen? Interesting. Would this have had much impact in 2002? If we were to go back to 2002, would it have as much impact? Well, we didn't have these devices. So the information, well, we did have these devices, but didn't have social media. So in terms of the information traveling around, oh yeah, let's go back to 1997 then. The information doesn't travel around as quickly, right? So then does it have the same impact? Probably not. Some of you weren't even born then, or you were born then, so you wouldn't know. Anyway. So you get the information, it's in your mind, and it evokes a certain emotion that you feel, how you think, how you process, how you view your perception. It's amazing what this can do to your overall viewpoint of everything around you from 2016 to now. And that's a lot of impact. When you think of the impact of these devices, you could say in the last 10 years, the impact has been tremendous. It's been absolutely mind-blowing in terms of the impact. So much to the point to where people believe this is the end all be all of information. Everything that's put in social media is absolute truth. They don't do any research on themselves. I'm being very careful here with my words. 2018, it wasn't really on your mind much. It was, but not really. Some people have been germaphobes their entire life. I raised my hand. Well, I wouldn't say that I was a germaphobe, but I was definitely a person that was very cautious. I was so cautious, I used to bring utensils to restaurants. I would go, people who know me know this. I used to go to IHOP with my fork and knife. I used to take syrup to IHOP because remember the syrup dispenser and how sticky it would be? You know, you would see the syrup dispenser and see all this goo coming out the top. I'm like, nah, I'm not using that. I'm gonna bring my own syrup, Aunt Jemima. Bam! And then other customers would see me with the Aunt Jemima and they would think that it wasn't mine. And they would ask the server, hey, could I have some Aunt Jemima syrup? And they would say, no, that's not ours. That's his. But you know what I mean? I was that guy that would wash his hands all the time. I'm the guy that puts his shirt on the doorknobs. You know what I mean? I've changed a lot. I've changed a lot in recent years, but I was that dude. I didn't want you breathing on my food. You know, it was, oh man. And there are people like that, you know, but it's kind of interesting. The volume of that got turned up. The volume of that got turned up. So now you have people that weren't like that, that became that in 2020. Regardless of the information, regardless of the own study, because of course there's information that you're getting from, you know, the government, and there's information that you're getting around you, right? Situations that you know of. And then there's information that you're getting from others. So there's so much information coming at you, right? But it made you become a way that you weren't in 2018. Same exact scenario though, because the symptoms vary from child all the way up. The symptoms vary. It's not the same. It's not one thing that just knocks people out. Bam, 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 bam. It's not one thing. It's variations of things. We've always known this. Because when you go back to 2018, yeah, there was that. There was something that would do that. Yeah. Because again, some people would be out for 2 weeks. Some people would be hospitalized, but it wasn't the headline news, wasn't the talk really, or it was, but you just didn't pay attention to it because of you weren't inundated with this stuff constantly on your phone. Whatever is reported a lot, that's what you pay attention to. So obviously, in order to get you to act, it has to be reported a lot. In order to get you to respond, it's got to be talked about. They know this. That's what's going to get you to move. That's what's going to get you to react. If I wanted to see how you react to something, I'd have to keep shoving it in your face constantly. Now, it's a serious deal. It's a very serious deal. But is it how it's been portrayed? Debatable. Some people say yes, some people say no, and that has created the friction. But these tools, yeah, that's the weapon. So then, what is the biggest challenge going into 2022? I say the biggest challenge is you. Your ability to think, your ability to trust. Who do you trust? What do you believe in? Right? Do you even believe in yourself? Do you no longer believe in you and what you can do? Do you believe in your abilities anymore? The pressure of life, being able to overcome adversity. Do you believe that you can overcome adversity? Do you believe that your body is strong? Do you trust it? Do you trust the way your body works? A lot of people don't. After 2020, they did before. We go back to 2018, and there's a lot of stuff out there that can knock your ass out. We go back to 2018. Oh, you trusted your body. You did. But now, not so much, huh? Regardless of the information being what it is. Symptoms vary. Some people suffer, some people this, some people that, some it's not one symptom. It's various symptoms, hard to track, very similar to before. You are the challenge. Your life, what you do, how you do it, you are the challenge. You've been stressed or not. You're angry, frustrated. Your livelihood has been affected by this. You've been forced to do things that you don't want to do. You've gone along with things. Some of you have gone along with it very openly. Some of you haven't. Some of you have gone along with it and now you're questioning it again. You're like, wait a minute. I made that decision, but wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. You see? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's you. You are the challenge. Your existence as a human being on this earth is the challenge. And you've trusted a lot. You've trusted a lot, haven't you? Yeah. Regardless of the resume of those who are running the show, regardless of which side they're on, you've put a lot of trust. You've done it very openly. Some of you haven't. And that's the. So now that you know what the situation is, I'll quote my grandmother. What are you going to do about it?